Nice dance. Nice Roshan dance. Very cool. Alright, what's going on? We have like a dazzle offlane kind of game, or yeah, looks like a dazzle offlane. Dazzle 4. Yeah. Blightstone's good. They have Lycan, he has low armor. But he's not safe lane. It's a void. Witch Doctor has low armor as well, so it's fine. It's a decent build. And your Legion technically gives you W in lane, so yeah, it's nice. You have a ward. One thing about offlane Radiant is that you always beat the enemy to any vision you place, so you should probably run as fast as you can, place the vision before they see you like this, because now you can't place the ward. Like, don't fuck about here, right? Just run over here, place the ward here, wherever you want. They'll never see you, just because of how the timings work. Like, you're just faster. Same advice as the other guy, don't level your spells before you need them. I guess it's fine to level Q. Well, I wouldn't Q him here because you guys are basically out of range. Faces 40 TP's out. Yeah, but don't fight like before so long, like before the rune spawn, because it just leads to pointless situations. Like you guys want to fight 2v1, right? Like just fighting over here for nothing. There's like no rune to contest. They probably have more regen than you. Like it's just really stupid. Like go fight 2v1 here. Don't let them take all your regen because they have like an extra salve and 3 extra tangos on this guy. Click on your enemy's inventories as well, see what they have. You can consider this Witch Doctor, he's going to level his heal as well. So he places a ward. You place a ward. You fight him. When you see that he has, you can click in his inventory and you can see he doesn't have a ward anymore, so he must have warded here. Like there's no other ward that you can play, so you should buy a sentry right now and deward it. Here the lane is pushed in really badly, so you should have stolen the second wave. Like you should just take the second wave and pull it here, and you can deny one full wave, and there's nothing they can do about it. Like doing these auto attacks is pointless because he's under his tower. He has the you know, the regen, the +3 armor, whatever. But yeah, that's something you can do. Like at 50 seconds, you just go here, you steal the wave to here. You can do it now as well. Anyway, it just gives them a free D ward now, which is fine. This is why I don't really suggest placing this ward in lane, because it's really obvious when it's warded, because people just do attacks that they usually can't do. It's like kind of bad positioning from your part here, like just starting the fight like this, you know. Like you want to start in the tree line, and then when like, because now you aggro all the creeps on you, and then it bounces on you, and then you're fighting creeps and heroes as well. Like just start in the tree line, then cut one tree, Q him, like run over, don't aggro anything, just run, like stay on top of him, and then abuse your shadow. What's it called? Poison touch. That's it. This is good. Kingdom, no aggro. It's kind of bad Q. It's like too like you don't have any potential to keep fighting him. Here you get into a 2v1. It's really bad. Like whenever you play off lane, the 3 and the 4 should fight together. You should like the aim of the game is to separate the 1 and the 2, or to separate the 3 and the 4 if you're on the opposite side. So the fact that you run up to go for this kill is really dumb, because it just gives them a 2v1. And you've run out of regen now. I hope you ship more regen on the courier, not garbage. Yeah, salve is fine. But like, buy more regen than you think you'll need. If you want 200 health and you buy a salve, then you won't have any regen afterwards. Every time you buy a salve, you should buy tangos as well. But this is fine. Like the aggro is in a nice place. Here at 44 or 50, like you're not really. You just you should like go over and stop this stack, or you should stop the pool in the future, which is what you're doing, which is nice. In fact, you get the kill. It's really good. But you could have stopped the stack as well. Like just leave your Legion 1v1 or 1v2. They can't dive her anyway. You just go stop the stack. Because now if you don't go over here at 44, he should pull, but he's bad, so it's fine. Yeah, like you have some mana problems in lane, and here you should have pulled this. Minute 5, just go for the bounty runes, don't worry about your Legion. You should play safe. Okay, you finally got your clarities, which is nice. Hopefully you deal with this. Okay, maybe. This is really bad. Like it gives them a really easy cask, like this sort of situation. Like if they were more aggressive, they probably could have killed you here. Just be careful, man. You're playing a ranged hero. Now you have to run base. which is what I mean by buy more regen than you need. Spending 100 gold to stay in lane is definitely worth it. The legendary Sage's Mass Circle Jerk. In this lane, you definitely buy Boots, because you don't want Void on top of you, and Boots is really, really good on Dazzle, because you stay on top of them with your Q. Sage's Mass really overrated item in some particular cases. Mostly it supports, it's not that good. It's usually good on position 3s and cores and stuff like that. Anyway, they rotate 3 people top. They probably have this warded. The reason I say that is because whenever they do some sort of pos 4 rotation, they usually place a ward here or like here, so you should try the D ward. You guys actually get a double kill, but it's actually a really bad fight to take because, like, if you see look bot, the Shaker isn't back, right? You generally don't want to fight 2v3, but I guess in this case it works out, so whatever. It's really questionable. Like, you place so much vision in the exact same place, like no one's gonna. Like this wall doesn't really do anything either for you guys. Like, you can place it in a better place. You can like place it not up there, but like on this hill at least, right? And then you get more useful vision than this. If you place this wall, like it just gives you the exact same area. Like you would have seen this Lycan from earlier. You could have just shallow grave and TP'd out or whatever because you used this cask already. I think you could have done that as well. But yeah, just place the vision more aggressively. Like people place such weird vision in low MMR. Like it's just so defensive. This should be dewarded as well, but don't TP to lane as support. Like just walk. This is why buying boots is good as well, because the reason cores TP to lane is so they can get all the XP and the gold, right? But as a support, it's way more important to have counter-initiate possibilities open, because as soon as they see the dazzle here so fast, they can like dive your Legion or dive your Ember or whatever. So always walk to lane, even if you're going for a kill like that. Like a counter rotation is like a net swing of 2 kills basically, so it's just really, really important, and it can be more. It can be more than 2 kills. You guys, this is a nice wall to place. It sets up vision, and they have a jungle Lycan, or like a Lycan who's gonna jungle, so it's a really good wall to place. This is good. Nice kills. Lycan just runs in. You're dead as well. TP out. Very nice. Good play. It's amazing you don't have boots actually. Like Medallion's not that good. You should buy a sentry on you at all times as well. You guys have 3 people here. You should set up some vision behind the tower or just aggressively so you can, you know, push. But yeah, you can steal this wave. The catapult, like when you have like a minute 10 catapult, minute 5 catapult, it's nice to steal the wave so the catapult can wail on the tower, and that's your job because Legion wasn't in position to do it at that point. Use your E earlier, by the way, here. There's no reason to save your nukes ever on Dazzle, especially on Dazzle, because the minus armor will come into play faster, right? So it's good. Where did you TP? Okay, you TP bot for a fight. It's good. Keep the medallion on him. It's really nice. Good TP. This is what I mean with the counter rotation as well. But you need to buy boots way earlier than this as well. It's like another thing. The itemization is kind of whack. Like minute 13 boots against the Lycan and a Void is insane. It just means you can't play aggressive in lane. Like you can't abuse him if you're ranged advantage. Click him like 20 times in lane. You guys push this down, but you probably should have vision if you're gonna push. Like you should have a ward here just in case the Void shows up and chronos you. I know this isn't like necessarily all your job because you're playing position 4, but in pubs, right, if you think you're the better player, then you should control the vision just by yourself and place it, especially if you think you know what you're doing. Like you should have sentry here. This is what I mean, like when you push a mid tier 1, you know, you ward this spot, you sentry it maybe, and then Lycan can't run in like this. This is nice play, just shallow grave yourself. I would assume that they have vision here because of the way he played. Like the way he like just runs up so YOLO onto the high ground at night time with no vision. Like just place a sentry here, you actually catch 2 wards because they're really bad. But yeah, just try and put yourself in the mindset of the enemy team. Like if you were Lycan, you wouldn't run up high ground with no vision into the fog against like people who were just pushing a mid tier 1, so they must have vision there. It's like process of elimination, right? So anyway, one item I really like to buy on Dazzle is Necronomicon 1. It's really good on support dazzle. It lets you push out the lanes. You have cooldown reduction. You actually farm really fast. You buy your Guardian Greaves. So it's better than Medallion, in my opinion. It's not a bad Medallion game, but Necro 1 is usually really strong nowadays. I just buy it, you know. Really nice counter rotation here. Counter TP, whatever you want to call it. They have a ward up here. Good D-ward by the Bane. The way they're fighting here, you should imagine they have a ward up there as well. So just think, like, if they're just standing, like, would they just all stand on this high ground if they didn't know what was behind you? Like, it seems kind of unreasonable. I would just ward that, sentry that high ground. I would buy smoke as well right now. Right now you TP top to get some kills. Before you go, you should probably E-blast the wave mid. It pushes in the mid wave, makes it hard for them to play. You guys are going to push top now. I would keep the net in your inventory. It's way more important than the clumsy net. Like, I know you're trying to get efficiency out of it, but the clumsy net, the shovel is not that big of a deal. The clumsy net is potentially really strong against Lycan and the other fucker who faces forward. Anyway, you buy Necro 1 after Medallion. This is like too late, right? You get it at minute 10. It should like Necro 1 nowadays is basically like a Midas, so you should sort of use it the same way. It's kind of bad that you don't have Magic Stick. Like every hero in the game should buy Magic Stick. If not in lane, then in the mid game. It's just a really strong item. You shouldn't show if you have Necro 1 like this. Like just let your Necro 1s push out the lanes. Otherwise, you're kind of a free kill for like. And you shouldn't let your Necro 1s run in front of you like that because they have a Witch Doctor. You can like cask into you really hard. So yeah, just running around. It's kind of fine here. You can probably be further up as well because you have the clumsy net. In this particular game, they run onto your anti-mage. Oof. It's a good try. Don't worry about your own survival so much, because it doesn't really matter. You're not like a very farmed hero. You can like run in and clumsy net the Lycan before you try and TP out. It's fine. To like sacrifice yourself like that. If you get the Lycan kill. Okay, now you're buying mech hands, just running around, farming. It's fine. I would probably push out top tier 1. Like, you should put your Necro book in a lane that you guys aren't pushing already, and then it pressures 2 lanes and it forces them to split up. It would be better. Anyway, I'm not going to talk very much about the warding because I've already explained like what I mean by what makes sense and what doesn't make sense, right? Like just think about how the enemy would play with their vision. So I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Don't D-ward by yourself like that though, because it just gives them a free kill. Especially because when you D-ward, you already know they have vision there, and they see that no one else is around. So just wait until your team show up, or like just put your like stand down here and then do it. And just play safe. You should spam your spells a little bit more in fights. Like just do some random Qs or whatever. The minus armor is really strong. Try and make sure that none of your stuff is on cooldown ever as well. Just spam your arcane boots out, spam your necro ones off cooldown. Don't play so much vision in places that have been de-warded before as well, because it just leads to like the circle jerk into the same place over and over again. Like you should de-ward it and then place it in a different place. Hold on, I'm actually gonna watch this fight because I think this is a very important fight. First things first, you guys have a very good vision advantage on them. You should press your mech as soon as the fight starts because you're already going to heal a lot of people here, and the cooldown is very low for Dazzle specifically. Like maybe you can get 2 off in a fight if you're lucky. But yeah, the mech would have just kept everyone alive a little bit longer. Use your arcanes as well. Okay, you guys are like, put your Necro 1 on him, right? Because if you put your Necro 1 on him, it's going to keep the Poison Touch refreshed, and that's like one really big aspect of why Necro 1 is so good on Dazzle. But yeah, it's nice. Looks like you guys just win the game from this point. It's kind of bad. Just pushing high ground like that, 3v5. You guys could have taken the Roche. Guarding Greaves is fine. I wouldn't buy Ghost Scepter this game. Because the Lycan runs at you, he has Necro 3, he's just going to purge it off. I just get 4 staff or Blink or maybe A on disc if you really want to survive. Ghost Scepter is just kind of bad this game. You guys get the Roshan, Aegis, push. It's a good kill. I mean, rest of the game probably doesn't. Not much happens, right? Yeah, I mean, rest of the game doesn't. It's fine. You guys have already got a big lead. I mean, the main thing to think about is that in lane, the way you fight is like disadvantageous. Like you're constantly fighting 1v2, and the point of the lane is to make it so that you 2v1 one of them, and then you 2v1 the other one, and then one's regenning, and then you get the carry off the wave, and running forwards is just kind of bad. Some of the way, like, the vision game is something that's hard to explain, but hopefully I've given you some examples of like how you can think about it. Like the position 4 roams top. Is he going to do it onto a dark lane? It seems kind of unreasonable. He probably places a wall as he's going, or like, Lycan runs on you or something like that happens, right? Make sure you click on everyone's inventories all the time. See how much regen they have. If they have more regen than you, don't fight level 1 like that 1v1 against the Witch Doctor. Um, if they have a ward and then later they don't have a ward, just think about where they have been, because people level 1 have no mobility, they have bad movement speed. You can deal for free, it gives you a lot of XP, gives you a lot of map control. Make sure you place wards in fights, make sure when you set up for towers you do the sentries and the wards. Your itemization is kind of whack, like Sage's Mask into Medallion first item when you can get boots into Stick. Make sure you buy more regen and lane, and probably not Clarity as well. Like just get some mangoes. When you buy Salve, like buy 3 tangos with it usually. Getting pushed out of lane is really bad. You can do more side pulling. Make sure you interrupt the enemy core, enemy supports stacks and pulls. Especially when the creeps are under your tower, you shouldn't sap your pos 3's XP. So the only thing their pos 5 can do is go stack and or pull. So you should just go fight him 1v1. And if their carry goes to 2v1 you, it's fine because you should have boots and they can't catch you because it's Witch Doctor and Faces for. You can just Shadow Grave TP if you really need to. But yeah, this is like 2 problems compounding into 1 problem. Like the only other thing is like, in team fights try and spam your spells a bit more, but that's like a hero specific thing. Just make sure you get your ult off on people and try and spam your cooldowns a little bit better. Like mech at the start of fight, E at the start of fights, arcanes all the time, Necro 1 all the time. Use your Necro 1 to push alternate lanes as well. But apart from that, I think it's pretty good. I wouldn't level Shadow Grave at 4, but that's just personal preference. I think that's it really. This was a pretty nice game. It's just like some small issues, but it will make a big difference, especially in lane.